What's up, folks? Welcome to episode 3 of Dish of the Day here. My name is Justin Khanna. And before we get started here, I just want to give a special shout out to all of you for all of the love and super valuable feedback that you gave me about this project. Just thank you. Just know that it means a lot. It is really raining outside. Look at that. Hashtag Bergen, hashtag visit Norway, but bring a raincoat. So that's enough chat out here. We're going to get into the kitchen so I can explain a little bit more about today's dish because it's a little bit different today.
It's good, no? That's good news. Pears. Today's episode is all about pears. I was charged with making a pear dessert. Stick with some fall flavors, so things that are spiced or have a little bit of a darker, you kind of want to sit inside and eat them next to a fire kind of foods. And for me, that the ultimate translation of that is a cinnamon bun. Here. Whoa. We serve cinnamon buns. See? Right here. This is our little lunch counter that we have. So we serve cinnamon buns daily. It's called skillingsbolla in Norway. You have to translate that to a fine dining environment because eating an entire cinnamon bun for dessert after you eat a 4-course or 7-course meal doesn't really work out so nice. Super funny that I'm making desserts because senior year of high school, I read a book by Michael Roman all about going to the culinary school that I went to. I wrote a poem all about why I was going to be a chef and never a pastry chef, never a baker, because I just despised the idea of baking. But when I find myself in this role, we don't have a pastry chef, so in the whole idea of coming up with new dishes, that becomes my job. So I'm just dicing up some of this pear into small cubes. I made a gelée of pear with pear trim, apple juice, and white wine reduced down, and I've set this with gelatin and agar. Put the recipe in front of my face so you can pause the video and write it down if you're interested. But the reason that I used agar is because I'm plating it in this bad boy, and we only have probably 16 or so of them, and we do on a busy night probably 80 guests, so it's very important that the gelatin is stable enough so that if we get a bowl that's not 100% ice cold, that you're not going to end up with soup in the bottom of the bowl. So we've just taken a little bit of that and diced it up, mixed it with our pear. So as with most desserts in restaurants, it's not a lot of cooking, it's a lot of preparation and then plating. So I have everything ready here. Frozen custard that I made with pears cooked down in a spice mixture. I will leave the recipe here if you're interested in pausing the video. I'm gonna plate up 2 of these so that I can also show you kind of the process of how we plate up here when it's multiple plates at the same time. So instead of plating one dish all the way and then another dish all the way, we'll take the entire process and streamline it a little bit. So I'll take my pear and my gelée here, put it in the bottom of both plates. Then I have the same dough that we use for our cinnamon buns for the lunch service, and I've put them in some silicone molds and steamed them just a bit so they don't get too much of a crust on them. And then what I have here is a syrup that I made. Brown sugar, butter, a little bit of molasses, glucose, and the same spice mixture that I cooked the pears in. I mean, what's the best part of eating a cinnamon bun? The middle, right? So why not just serve the center or an imitation of the center of a cinnamon bun as our dessert? So I drop my little ball in there, gets a nice glaze of the syrup. And I have a little bit of some purple flowers. These are called kornblomst in Norwegian. Last but not least, we do our ice cream. I have a container with water and a spoon in it, and I'm just going to do a scoop of this ice cream. And there we have it. That is our dessert of the middle of a skillingsbolla with a spiced pear ice cream and a little bit of a pear gelée. Let's bring this around the restaurant and have some people taste. Okay, lunch team, you guys can taste first. Let's go, man.
It's happening.
Yes. So the idea is the center of a skillingsbolla, right? Because that's the best part.
Of course. Yes, it is.
So So that last scene was me heading into Chef Chris to give him a taste. We talked for quite a long time about it, so I cut it out. Things like that will change a little bit. We'll plate it a little bit differently, refine. But it will go on the menu this evening. And one more quick thing before you head off. If you've enjoyed any of my travel movies, I've linked a few just above there. No, I'm going to 5 countries in the next week and a half. This has been Dish of the Day. I'm Justin Khanna. Have a good one.